Hey Mama, and welcome back to Mama What's Next, the podcast for women over 40 who are rebuilding, reinventing, or expanding through freelance, business, or portfolio careers, and who need to become visible to make it happen. Why marketing feels so damn fake for so many women over 40? Hint, it's because you are ditching the good girl. Today, I want to speak about why so many of you feel like marketing asks you to be someone else, and why marketing feels fake to you and to so many women over 40. So firstly, why did I choose this title today? Because for women after 40, it becomes increasingly harder to put on a persona and follow the shoulds and shouldn'ts of society, or in this case, marketing your business. Because women over 40 embrace authenticity. We want to do things that feel aligned and true to ourselves. Because while many of us may have spent a good time in our lives following everyone else's advice and being there for everyone else and actually, in fact, playing the good girl, many of us no longer are. We have learned to say no when we mean it. We have a lower BS threshold for betrayal and professional burnout. And women over 40 have more judgment and less need for approval from others. What matters more now is our own approval. We have learned to regulate our emotions as well. More and more, and thanks to our kids, we have done the hard work emotionally. And women after 40 stop performing for others and start living more for themselves, finally. So that's why I chose today's title, because it's much harder for us to do things that are not aligned with us. So now let's get into today's episode. Enjoy. Marketing guru Seth Godin says, marketing is the act of serving. It's something we do with people and for them, not to them or at them. Because today you can no longer grab people's attention against their will. So given that it's voluntary, you have to become meaningful and be specific. If you can be the meaningful specific, you can make an influence and an impact, he says. So today I challenge you and will say, even as a multi-passionate woman, which I call myself, you need to pick a lane, a specific lane, or dare I say it, a niche, a deep niche. Because in this world, as much as multi-passionates like me love all the topics, our never-ending thirst for knowledge and newness, and all the things, it never stops. But in this world, we are rewarded to have expertise in something. And you can only build expertise in something you stick to. That is a specific thing, a lane with a specific target client or customer. So that's where you start, and that's where we start today. But before we do, I want you to reflect on this. If you have picked your space, your lane, your niche, your thing, don't continue where you left off. Because many mission-driven women who are building meaningful work, portfolio careers, or business now, and maybe you are one of them, they left their 9-to-5 because they wanted less pressure, less performance. So make sure to keep that in mind as you step into your next meaningful chapter, because so much of the marketing advice is asking women to perform again. But it's not just on a different stage. That marketing advice is not wrong or bad in general, but it's wrong for you because it is targeted to a different kind of business and a different kind of female entrepreneur. So, by the way, I still sound a little bit unwell, but this episode needs to get out the door. So let's continue. Why this episode today? Because I don't want you to feel like all marketing feels fake, or that you have to hate marketing your business, or that marketing doesn't have to feel hard. And content creation doesn't have to lead to content burnout. Actually, like many content creators experience it. Actually, it's somewhere between 50 to 90% that experience content burnout as a creator. And why? Because creating content brings them no longer joy, because every session feels like a huge effort compared to the disproportionate little result they get. And if you are doing content on high performance, then the meaning disappears and the constant pressure drives people to perform. Every time they think about posting, they feel like they have to put on a persona. So I don't want that to have to be you, because marketing can be so much fun. And non-performative marketing, authentic marketing, is fun. So anyway, because of that, I want to talk to you about how to choose the right marketing channel for your business, baby.
It seems your heart just needs a fresh start.
Great brands and thought leaders don't build authority by trying to win over algorithms. They build it through meaningful conversations and stories that get translated into multiple formats and touchpoints. So just like Red Bull isn't just a drink, it's a global media empire that started with inspiring conversations across high-energy touchpoints. Online brands turn long-form interview content into blog content, socials, and email series to build authority and trust across platforms. And it all starts by simply having a conversation. That's exactly what I do with my content studio Sunny chapter. We start with a conversation, an interview, a real exchange of thoughts and ideas right here with me. Not a script, not you performing on camera. It's just you talking about your story, what you know, what you teach. And then we turn that conversation into content that builds credibility and trust for you online, quietly, consistently, and with integrity. So if showing up online has ever felt icky, forced, or not really like you, then this is the method you've been waiting for. If that sounds like you, please do reach out to me at mel@sunnychapter.com. By the way, all the playbooks and frameworks we share here for you on Mama What's Next, we send them to you through our newsletter each week. So if you'd like to learn more, please do sign up. The link is in the show notes.
When you now pick your marketing channel, you should not pick the channel where all your friends are, or where you see the people in your field spend most their time. For example, coaches on Instagram, because who knows if that actually works. It's about where your audience spends the most time. Meet them where they are, and you'll attract the right people. Boost your engagement and essentially attract the right client. Success comes from understanding where your ideal customers and clients are already spending their time. And then, of course, showing up there consistently. So now for me, I am learning more and more that short form is not my channel. I am spending less and less time there. I feel miserable when I spend too much time there. The results from my experimenting are not consistent and encouraging based on the time I actually invested there. But another important thought when you want to get people to trust you, just know that it will take time. Everyone online that tells you it's quick and easy, and some of the marketing bros, they actually do tell you that if you just push hard enough. they are lying. Here, I'd like to reference entrepreneur Daniel Priestley, who frequently quotes Professor Reuben Dunbar's research on the way people get to know, like, and trust each other. He discovered that we have limited space in our brains to remember people, names, and faces. So we prioritize who to remember based on who we have spent time with recently. So he says a significant amount of time that is needed would be 7 hours. So if you spend 7 hours with someone in the last few months, there's a good chance you feel you know them. This time spent with someone could be in the real world or could be online, like on videos, podcasts, social media engagements, etc. But this means, given that people spend a few seconds on a reel they watch from you, it's likely going to take you quite a significant time to build trust on short-form content. So where do we find long-form content? Well, number one, it's a website well optimized with your SEO blog that includes ultimate guides between 2,000 and 5,000 words. Yes, I know that's a lot. Number two, your email list on Substack or Kit. Ideally, these are great platforms to use. And number three is your podcast. Number four would be video long-form content that you can create on platforms like YouTube. Number five could be features or articles as long-form read journalism, if that's what you're into. That's something that you can build authority, credibility with, and reach and attract the right kind of people. Number six is extensive conversations and going on podcasts as an expert on a certain subject matter. Number seven, original research such as research reports and industry studies. And here's why you should pick a marketing channel you really love. Because picking a marketing channel you love is a strategic decision that directly impacts your long-term business success, primarily because it ensures consistency, which is really, really essential for building brand awareness and trust, and sticking to it long-term. And that is your number one. It ensures long-term consistency. If you don't love it, you won't stick to it, trust me. Marketing requires consistent effort over time to build momentum, especially with organic channels like SEO or content marketing. But just equally with podcasting or YouTube. When I started this podcast, Mama What's Next, experts said you already have won the game if you can go past 10 episodes. Well, I did not see much of a lift then. Because podcasting is very different to social media short-form content. Then the experts said it was 20 episodes. Well, I guess I loved it so much. I stuck to it, and now we're up in the 80s, and I finally start to build momentum now, 2 years later. A channel you enjoy feels less like a thing you have to do. And I always think, especially when you're building, women are emotional creatures, and we need to be able to enjoy what we do. We're not robots. And we're much less performative than men. Number two, why do you have to pick a marketing channel you love? Because when you are passionate about it, people will feel it. When you are passionate about a marketing channel, like creating videos or writing in-depth articles on Substack or engaging on social media, your content is more likely to be creative, high quality, and authentic. And authenticity is considered the highest frequency because it is in total alignment with your true self. And this energy and vibration is believed to be your most powerful magnetic energy that then allows you to be in flow and foster deep trust and community and attract the right opportunities that match your own internal truth. And then number 3, why do you pick a marketing channel you love? Because you follow your natural aptitude in content. You likely have a natural talent for certain formats. So, for example, you're a great speaker, for example, in podcasting, or a strong writer. Then you go and do blogging, and focusing on a channel that aligns with your strengths allows you to produce superior content much more quickly than other people can. And here are the key takeaways for our episode today. Why marketing feels so damn fake for so many women over 40. Yes. Number 1, marketing is service and not attention grabbing. As Seth Godin says, it's something you do with and for people and not to them. Number 2, be specific and meaningful. Even if you're multi-passionate, pick a deep niche and stay consistent long enough to build recognizable expertise. Then you can branch out. Choose your channel by audience, not where others go. Go where your ideal clients actually spend time, not where everyone in your industry hangs out. Trust takes time, and relationships offline and online need around 7 hours of cumulative contact to build trust. Short content alone rarely achieves that. Leverage long-form formats like a blog, podcast, YouTube, newsletter, in-depth features and research to deepen connections and demonstrate your authority. Pick a channel you love. Enjoyment fuels consistency, which drives your growth and brand trust over time. Passion plus authenticity equals magnetism. When you love your platform, your genuine energy attracts the right audience. And the last one, play to your strengths. Choose formats that fit your natural way of being, like speaking, writing, teaching, or interviewing. So creating content feels natural and sustainable. And then marketing will be fun, I promise. Thanks so much for listening again today. Every episode I bring you a woman who rewrote her story, or I do a solo episode like today. Welcome to Mama What's Next, where your next chapter is meaningful, free, and finally yours. I'm Mel, a visibility and brand strategist helping women over 40 tell the story of their next chapter in a way that makes the right people say yes. And at Sunny Chapter, that's exactly what we do. Thank you so much for listening today. As always, I really, really appreciate you being here. I hope you got value from this episode. I hope it helped you. I hope it made you smile or think about what you're doing in your business or in your career. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next week. Bye.